Good morning. And Father Tim, thank you so much. Love God more than we love our worries. That's food for thought all week, anyway. And thank you to everybody who stepped up to make this a very smooth service today. We had some minor little bumps in the road and people just came forward, so thank you. I have a communication from Father Brent. My dear St. Francis family, blessings to you on this gorgeous summer morning. I did something fun yesterday. We hopped in the car, I drove, and we went to Mariners Memorial Park on Deer Isle to see the Opera House's production of Much Ado About Nothing. The show was fantastic, but even more fantastic was sitting at a picnic table with my family at intermission, enjoying the sun and eating a There's a Treat burger and feeling okay. It was a blessedly normal, high summer evening on the peninsula. There have been a couple of spells like last night recently, spells of feeling normal, of feeling like myself, thanks be to God. I've got plenty to still do and feel pretty fragile. A slight yoga misstep a couple of weeks ago brought a bunch of it all back for 10 days. But between a new medication, rigorous physical therapy, and weekly acupuncture, things are trending well, very well. And I'm working on a new form of occupational therapy, milking goats. Early results look good. My hope has been pretty consistent, at least when I've been in my right mind, and now the optimism I felt a few weeks ago seems to be playing out. Thanks be to God. Now don't go changing the preaching rota, yet. I see my neurologist at Mass General at the end of August, and will likely not make any big decisions before then. But it surely seems that I am at a turning point in this journey. I anticipate sharing more good news over the next few weeks, and eventually plans on how to return. Again, thanks be to God. As glimmers of my old self reemerge, I'm beginning to reflect on these past 7 months. During the pandemic, I was part of an Ignatian study group, completing the spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius of Loyola, founder of the Jesuits. Ignatian spirituality is all about discernment, what is of God and what is not. I've got a lot of reflecting to do, and that takes time. But what keeps leaping out is the gratitude I feel. For Wendy and the girls, Lisa Lesko, the church pension group, Bishop Brown, all the colleagues who have pitched in, and you all, the community of St. Francis by the Sea. Your patience, your prayers, your gifts, and food and love have carried me and my family through all of this. And as I reflect on this, on you and all the 1,000 points of love throughout all this, I see layer upon layer of gratitude radiating out and right back in the very heart of God. Thank you, and God willing, see you soon-ish. In Christ, Brent.
Amen.
His sense of humor is back, and that's a good sign. Welcome to all our friends and dear ones who are returning. It's just so good to see your faces. So just a few other things, and I'll be quick. I'm sure you would love to look forward to the Sunday when you don't need to hear my voice anymore, but Camp Bishop's Wood, as you know, is our Episcopal camp that entertains children in the summer. And it's been a couple of years since we've been able to raise any money for that, but we have a few children who would love to go. So we thought maybe next weekend, there are so many requests for money. You know that better than I. So I hesitate to beg too much, but Next Sunday, we will have sort of an enhanced coffee hour with a jar out there for donations for Camp Bishopswood. So we're working on that, and thank you. There is a concert coming up, as you know, to support the Refugee Fund. Noel Paul Stuckey and Paul Sullivan will be performing on July 30th at the Congregational Church. That's a Saturday evening, and that's coming right up. And then, of course, we have another fancy schmancy dinner, our second and last one on August 3rd. So think about joining us for that. Technology, we're going to be installing some things on Tuesday and getting some training, and hopefully things will improve. And finally, Lynn wanted to have a word.
Good morning, and thank you for your continued support and commitment to our beloved St. Francis by the Sea. I'm wearing a new hat this morning. I've passed my stewardship hat on to a very capable team of Ann and Peter Gilchrist, and I've inherited a new hat, Planned Giving, from Tim Thomas. Tim Thomas has honored this program with his commitment from its inception, and we thank Tim very, very much. Planned giving is not to be confused with stewardship. Stewardship is the daily, monthly, weekly financial commitment you make annually to support the expenses necessary to maintain St. Francis. Planned giving, well, that's a different animal. It's your opportunity to create your lasting legacy here at St. Francis. I much prefer the term legacy over planned giving, but who am I to disagree with the Episcopal Church? Legacy. We all want to be remembered when we're gone, and we want to make a difference. You will be receiving a letter this coming week with a brochure called Assuring the Future. When I look at those sitting out in the pews, I realize that most of us are of an age that we have made arrangements or that we are in the process of making arrangements. If you have questions that can't be answered in this brochure, please feel free to contact me or our treasurer, Kevin Hunt. We will be happy to help you as best we can. There is also a commitment card in your letter. If you choose to create your legacy, please return the card. There's no dollar amount needed on the card. The card is just your commitment to create your legacy. You all know that I'm from away. I get the double whammy. I get planned giving requests from both here and away. I get that from the church, libraries, hospitals, schools, my alma mater, the Save the Wild Goat Foundation, or Save whatever animal du jour. Those organizations and institutions have sent thousands of letters. I will mail 156 letters this week, each one asking you to consider assuring the future of St. Francis by creating your legacy. I know that we want to leave our families, our children, our grandchildren, everything. But if we could give St. Francis, the church that's been our spiritual home and has served us well in so many ways, just 1% or 2% or 10%, wow, what a difference we'd make. Please prayerfully consider this opportunity to create your legacy here at St. Francis. Thank you.